Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are enjoying Navratri festival and relaxing on this weekend. The topic for today's video is very controversial and very interesting. It is controversial because it is done by an individual known as whistleblower. So by now you must have guessed the name of the topic, which is whistleblowing. We will focus on 2-3 points in this topic. Is that who should do whistleblowing, who should definitely not do whistleblowing, and what are the repercussions or results of whistleblowing. See, whistleblowing is an act done by an individual who is an insider or integral part of company, group, organization, sector, or system. Whistleblowing can also happen as a result of continuous harassment and systemic corruption in the system. Whistleblowing often causes disruption in an industry. Let me tell you that nobody likes a whistleblower. No industry or no organization tolerates whistleblowing. As an employee, one should be aware of a simple rule that management always wins. Now, let us focus on who should do whistleblowing. First of all, if you want to do whistleblowing, you should be aware of the fact that you should be aware of the fact that you will no longer be part of that organization, probably that system, sector, or industry ever, because you will be boycotted or shunted out of the system. The reason is whistleblowing leads to systemic disruption or turbulence or sometimes fall of the organization. If an organization falls, people working in the organization also get disturbed. If a factory closes due to a whistleblowing process, the workers in the factory may lose their job. That is why the act of whistleblowing is considered to be very controversial, because it affects livelihood of other people working in the company, organization, sector, or industry. So who should do it? If you want to do whistleblowing or reveal secrets of the organization in public, first of all, you should be a stalwart or very powerful individual with a very huge experience in that industry or sector. Now, that doesn't mean that the sector will not isolate you or boycott you. Even after that, even though you are one of the pillars of the industry, the phenomena of whistleblowing can lead to your downfall. Second person who can do whistleblowing is that if a person has taken the responsibility and is ready for the after effects, which includes that he or she may not work in the same industry ever again. Because once there is a tag of whistleblower on an individual, the next organization may not feel confident to hire such person. It is also possible that this whistleblowing process has been done for good of the individuals, but since it is disturbing the system or it is initiating some kind of investigation from the government authorities on the company, then other companies will tag this whistleblower as a controversial or a dangerous individual. Third person who can do whistleblowing is that if a person has already retired or left the job from a particular sector or industry, and if he is doing it from a remote location. Let's say a person is working in a company in India and he or she has left job 2 to 3 years back, during their tenure in this job, they learnt about the dirty secrets of the entrepreneur or the organization and how they are fooling people or laundering money. Then if a person is staying outside India and he is out of the jurisdiction of the country and he is blowing the whistle, it is not, I would say, ideal, but it is safer as compared to a person who is living in the country. You should always accept the fact that if you are disturbing livelihood of 700 or 1000 people in an organization, there will be people who will be thirsty for your blood. By that I mean that people sometimes get killed also or murdered due to a whistle blowing phenomena. Fourth person who can do whistle blowing is a person who is very well connected politically, and he makes the who's who of the country understand that why this whistleblowing process was carried out for the betterment of the people of the country. As you guys know that there are a lot of scams that are being blown out in media, so that scam is also blown out by a whistleblower or whistleblowers, those who work in the system. But since there is a witness protection policy by government for some individuals where the act is done for the good of the people, these people do get protected. There are undercover agents also, those who do whistleblowing of a criminal organization. So who should definitely not do it is the person who is just starting his or her own career, working at a junior most position. Their livelihood is dependent on this job. It is possible that due to good performance they may get a chance to sit in these meetings, whether official or unofficial, with the owners of the company, and they may learn some dirty secrets about the system or the way the company operates, about money laundering, about character of somebody. See, when you are working in a corporate life, you get exposure to so many things very quickly. A graduate who has just entered a corporate life will be often surprised by how people are behaving with each other. Certain managements do take care that the promotion process of the kids is very slow, because they should be mentally mature enough to understand that how the business works or how business meetings are done, whether it is in a posh restaurant, whether it is in a clubhouse or a farmhouse. So I hope today's concept of whistleblowing is very clear to everyone. One thing is for sure, 99% of the time, a person who is doing the whistleblowing process does not reap the benefits of the process. Other people do reap the benefits of the process. Anybody who is disrupting an industry doesn't reap the benefits. So I hope that with my limited experience and my interpretation of the experiences that I have had in my life so far, I have presented the concept of whistleblowing in a very simple and clear way. So before I end the video, I would like to thank 28 subscribers who have subscribed to my channel. Now 28 is a very small number when we see people cutting cakes on 5 million, 6 million, 10 million subscribers on social media platforms. Let me tell you the importance of these 28 subscribers. Just understand that if an entrepreneur has opened a retail shop and 28 new customers are coming to his shop to consume his product or services, on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, he is probably the luckiest person in the world. Similarly, to those 28 customers, those who are consuming my content and learning at least 20 to 30% from this content, I thank you all. You motivate me to make more such videos. As I have told you all that I am not a Sadguru and I am not a love guru. I have failed enough in life to derive some interpretation of the experiences, and I'm sharing it with all of you all. So I hope that you have learned at least 20 to 30% from this video and will continue to support my content online. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.